Before we highlight the best and most challenging car shipping locations in the state, generally speaking, the best car shipping locations are going to be the biggest cities, followed by those locations on or near interstates. You'll have the quickest and least expensive auto transports from these locations. The most challenging car shipping locations are going to be in remote towns and cities. These are towns and cities that are more than 50 miles away from major cities or interstates. It takes more time and costs more money to ship a car to or from these remote locations. With these general guidelines in mind, let's look at the best and most challenging car shipping locations in the state. All right, as we take a look at the state of Arkansas, your best car shipping location is going to be the state's capital city, and that's Little Rock, Arkansas, located almost smack dab in the middle of the state. It's also the state's largest city, so it makes for a great location for car carriers, and it's also served by two of the state's busier interstates, and that's I-40 that runs through the metropolitan area of Little Rock, and I-30 that goes into the metropolitan area. So Little Rock is a great car shipping location. Your next best locations in the state for shipping cars is going to be in the northwest corner of the state, and it's going to include the cities of Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, and Fayetteville. In fact, if you combine the populations of those cities, it surpasses the population of Little Rock. So it's a busy section of the state. It's also served by I-49 that runs down into I-40. So it's a fairly well-traveled section of the state by car carriers. So anything in that pocket is going to be a good car shipping location. And then rounding out the locations that you want to stick to when you're shipping cars to or from Arkansas is going to be along the I-40 corridor, which runs west and east or east and west through the state, and anything along I-30 that runs from Little Rock down to Texarkana. Those corridors there, anything on or close to those corridors are going to make for solid car shipping locations. Now, as we switch to the more challenging locations in the state to ship cars to or from, really anything outside those two corridors and anything outside that northwest pocket that I talked about earlier, that's going to include this gigantic pocket here, this here in the western part of the state, and this area right in here. Those three pockets are going to be challenging because if you look at them, there's nothing but sparsely populated towns and cities, no interstates, and a lot of green, a lot of forest area. These are sections of the state that car carriers just aren't traveling to on a regular basis. So transports to and from those areas just take longer to complete and typically costs more money to complete as well. To find out what it costs to ship a car to or from Arkansas, get an instant quote on our website at www.jnstransport.com.